died really bad. And they actually had to amputate his leg above the knee, which is it was horrible, you know. But I got to see him, you know, a while before he passed, so that was
Hmm. All right. Well, I just wanted to start with that. And you've heard this for 60 years plus, Mike. I mean, I'm a huge fan. I might look a little young. I'm actually 53.
wow. Well, you don't look a day over 70.
You're too kind, Mike. You don't look at
Yeah,
me
I
for,
know.
71.
Well, like, well, I'm your senior by far. I'm 84 last March, March 15th.
I'm a March kid too, so we got that in common.
Oh, that's good.
Just a little personal history real quick. At a garage sale, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 1979, picked up one of your albums, put it on the turntable, and I got hooked with you guys with I Get Around. So that's just kind of my thing, and yeah, wanted to tell you that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be doing it on May 3rd at approximately 7, about 8 o'clock. About
All
eight
right.
o'clock.
We'll get to that. I got just a few short questions for you because we do want to promote this a little bit. Um, you got to be a feisty, dedicated guy, man. You've been in this band for over 60 years. You've got a long-term marriage. You got successful kids. You created your own company. What's the genetic? What's the DNA in your brain that keeps you going?
Well, the first thing is that these songs that we did as young guys growing up in Southern Cal resonated all around the world, not only just in the US, but literally around the world. We had fan letters from Russia, fan letters from China. I met an Iranian guy who told me they played our records where they go for the summer. And we had, you know, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, all over Europe. It's been fascinating to look at the Billboard international, um, uh, you know, sales records and see that we have a hit record in Israel. But so, yeah, it's been a really fascinating um, hobby, a family hobby, which is getting together and harmonizing together. But because my cousin Brian and I wrote some great songs together that
Hmm.
people love to hear to this day, it's become a long lasting profession. So we're very blessed.
You certainly are. I talk about, I'm an amateur musician myself. Uh, if I'm looking at the pantheon, you can't talk about the greatest rock and roll band. I mean, you're putting the Beatles, you're putting the Stones. You want to keep it in this country, you're putting Elvis, and you're putting the Beach Boys there too. How does that feel?
Well, I say that's good company. You know, Rolling Stone magazine did the 500 top rock albums, and um, Sgt. Pepper was number one, and Pet Sounds was number two. That's pretty good company. Of course, I demand a recount, but anyway, we'll see if that happens.
Hey, Mike.
You know,
Yeah.
the amazing thing about our music is we labored over those harmonies. I mean, four-part harmonies over whether it was slow, medium, or fast rock music. So, you know, we're obsessed with that, and we still are obsessed with recreating those songs, um, actually reincarnating them every night. That'd
I actually have a couple of your albums. I'm going to bring Pet Sounds back and maybe you could sign it. That would make my life probably. Amazing album.
be awesome. Would love to do that. We'll see you there. See you at AVA.
Yeah, Ava. So a couple more things real quick. I mean, you're talking about just the global impact that you have. It's timeless music, Mike. We got a sports girl here that's maybe 23 years old. She says, "Oh, I think I've heard of the Beach Boys." I said, "Jenna, 1 minute." I took my Apple Music. I went over there. I said, "I promise you, you'll know at least 12 songs." She knew 11 of the 12 songs. How does that happen today?
I don't know, but you know, our music is streamed all over the place. There are a lot of young people that come to our concerts. In fact, multiple generations will. The grandparents, their kids, and the grandchildren will all come out. And the beautiful part about it is they'll all enjoy the Beach Boys music together, which is a total blessing. So, you know, it's so sweet to see the energy and the positivity and the happiness that our songs create.
Two more for you. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a musical historian. I know about the Rolling Stone. I know about Pet Sounds. I know about this. I have musicians in my family. What happens in Southern California in the early to mid 60s where you literally just invent a sound, a beach sound, a kickback, a four-part harmony. I mean, you go from Little Surf. I mean, how does this happen? And how does it work for you and it doesn't work for 99.9% of the world?
It happens because of two things. One, I grew up in an atmosphere of like the home I grew up in. There was a grand piano, an organ, and a harp. I have two sisters who play harp. One of them played on a couple of the earlier songs. At any rate, it was always about music. I mean, there was never a time in my life when there wasn't music. And New Year's and the Fourth of July and everybody's birthday, Thanksgiving, and it was always about music. So we took that proclivity and that love of harmonizing and singing together, and my cousin Brian and I were able to create some songs which people caught on to and loved it all around the world, as I mentioned. But it was always about music, and it wasn't about fame or fortune or any of that stuff. It was always about harmonizing and making a beautiful blend together. And that's what we were obsessed with. So there's a lot of people do great. The Everly Brothers sounded beautiful, two-part harmonies. There's a lot of people with three-part harmonies. There aren't that many with four-part harmonies that blend beautifully. And that blend is the love of harmonizing coming through. And that's what makes people feel good when they hear that sound. I'm sorry,
I can't think of a
that's better.
band. Yeah, sorry. I can't think of a band that you said makes people feel good that you play 10 of their tracks and it absolutely just it brings, I mean, they're anthems. Kokomo. Who doesn't, I don't know where Kokomo is, but I want to go there. Everyone does. By the
Oh
way,
yeah,
that came out when I was in high school.
the director of the Cocktail film heard Kokomo. He said that's your best song since Good Vibrations, and sure enough, it is our biggest selling single, and it's definitely the biggest sing along of our show because everybody's seen it on Full House episodes growing up, and so such a fun thing.
And he also got this guy that you might have heard of named Paul McCartney that says God Only Knows is the greatest song ever written.
Who? Just kidding. Yes, Sir Paul has been very kind about the Pet Sounds album and about God only knows specifically. In fact, he came to a party way back when, probably in the late '70s, and it was Carl Wilson's birthday party. He said, "Brian, when are you going to do me another Pet Sounds?" I was listening to it this morning, tears pouring out of my eyes. So he really loved that album. And we loved what they did too. So it was really a mutual admiration thing.
Mhm. All right. Well, let's get specifically to Tucson. Do you have any special memories or anything pertaining to Tucson that makes you excited or any memories?
Well, we went to the ZBT house in 1961 because we just had surfing out on the radio. And we that was a fraternity party. And we were supposed to stay for one night. And we stayed for 3 days because we had such a good time.
So Tucson's been decent to you. Yeah, I was a San
Oh,
Diego,
yeah.
the arch rival fraternity. So a lot of my friends were ZBTs down here too.
Yeah, it's been great. And the AVA Amphitheater is beautiful. The stage is huge and it's a nice environment there. So we hope to see everybody come on out.
Well, we're going to do our best to get the word on the street. Again, I'm just tickled. This is just a kind of dream come true to be able to talk to you, to meet you, and especially I mean, I can hold a note a little bit, a tune, but we're going to do our best. I'll be practicing.
Well, you come on out and sing a little something with us. Why don't you?
I would look forward to it. It would be my,
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
all right, Mike, anything else to conclude this?
We're good. I'm just appreciating the fact that you're getting the word out for us about AVA on May 3rd.
Well, I think you guys, just with the name the Beach Boys, you don't need much help, but we'll do everything we can to help you as well.
Well, thank you. Thanks a lot.
We'll see you Saturday.
Okay, Saturday for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.